So Maya Dunn, I think I'm saying her name right. She is a Rochester, New York-based wine writer. Move somewhere else if you're a wine writer. Don't live in Rochester. Don't live in upstate New York as a wine writer. Like,
well, there's a lot of wine in New York. I mean, a lot of wine gets shipped there.
Go to where the fish are biting. Yeah, but that's New York City. This is upstate New York. I mean, this is by Buffalo. This is like poor Buffalo. Poor people's Buffalo. Okay. And Buffalo in its own right is poor people.
There is wine that is grown in New York, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Upstate, they do a fair amount. So I get it. Like, maybe that's her niche. But, like, go to where the fish are biting. Yeah. Like, come out here to the West Coast. And she says that she has talked to people that are younger. And she says that when the World Health Organization came out and said consuming any amount of alcohol is not good for your health, it scared people of the younger generations from visiting wineries. Man, young people believe in their institutions, don't they? Which is quite strange.
You can tell a young person anything, they'll say, okay, oh, sure. Oh, I walk right into this freeway, there's 5 lanes of traffic. How fast those cars going? 70, 80? Okay. I'll be okay? Oh, you'll be fine. They'll do it. Oh, I'll go right into it.
Being Gen Xers,
we question everything.
We would fly in the face of everything that the World Health Organization would tell us. They'd say, don't smoke weed, don't drink alcohol. We would go smoke a bong and then go out and on a party barge, nonetheless. On a party barge. We go out and we drink a 12-pack of beer by ourselves.
Well, our friends would be there, but we would all be drinking, yeah.
Yeah, we'd all look out for each other. Sure, of course.
Yeah. Somebody fell over and be like, hey, Jeff's back there.
What they're worried about is the fact that alcoholic beverages don't have nutrition labels on them. Jesus, this generation. I swear, if I were a part of this generation, I might just end it. I mean,
the thing is, this generation this is the end of the world. This is the end of civilization.
Gen Z.
If something doesn't change, I worry about this generation.
Ellen McNeil used to work at a hard seltzer.
Care of themselves.
Hard seltzer company, and people would come in of the younger generation, and the questions they would ask about the hard seltzers. Okay, get this. They're curious. They want to try the hard seltzer. And they're the lowest in calories, right, of any of the alcoholic beverages. One of the top questions she got was, how much sugar does it have? How many calories? Can I see the nutrition label?
If you're listening to us right now and you've done this, you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, I'm sure there's young people out there that are listening right now that don't know what you're talking about, and they were raised right.
She said,
but I'm sure you know somebody who would ask, how many calories are in that? Or look at everything today is calories. I mean, they're selling beer that way now. Have you ever tried a Michelob Ultra? It's horrible. It's
they're afraid of alcohol. They're afraid of alcohol.
But they're not afraid of weed. They're not afraid of sucking in a chemical vape. Oh, it's water vapor, man. There's chemicals in there, bro. Listen, I tried one. I've never coughed so hard in my life. That can't be right.
This is crazy. Okay, 40% of Gen Zers surveyed between the ages of 21 and 25. So these are people that are of legal drinking age, have never taken a sip of booze. They've never touched alcohol at all. And I'm not just talking about wine here. I'm talking about beer. I'm talking about spirits. I'm talking about all that stuff. But the sales of mocktails are on the rise because Generation Z, Jeremy, is sober curious. They want to know what it's like to drink a cocktail, an alcoholic drink, but they don't want the alcohol in it because they're afraid of the alcohol.
And I find that really weird and we hear these stories all the time, and we heard in the commercial breaks so far today, the tobacco industry, the anti-tobacco industry, the nicotine, everybody's vaping. You hear all these commercials about young people vaping. Gen Z makes up the largest group of e-cigarette users in the country. The largest population. They're out there sucking in this vape.
God knows.
And they're not worried about that, but they're worried about drinking alcohol, which has been around for generations. It's pretty crazy. I mean, alcohol can be dangerous.
It tells you the power. It tells you the power that the
marketing, advertising,
that the nicotine peddlers have with organizations like the WHO and the CDC, because they don't launch a heart attack against those people that are producing that, and they probably pay to play. Hey, we're thinking about releasing this study on nicotine and vaping, and people are like, okay, here, don't. Here's some money. Don't. That's got to be how it works. And the alcohol industry just isn't there with their lobbying power right now, which is crazy because I don't know. Like I grew up. I drink. I used to drink a lot. I've also smoked marijuana. For me, I think it's case by case. For me, marijuana is so much more of a detriment to me, to my body, than alcohol is. And I know there's people out there that smoke weed that are going to say, oh, no, it's not. You just don't know the facts. That's not true. Like, I turn into a vegetable. Like, Joe Biden got nothing on me when I smoke a joint. Okay? Like, I'll be spewing all kinds of Arkansas sauce.
I've seen him. He just goes in the corner of the couch and falls asleep.
I just want to get it over with, man. I go to my safe place, and that is into a sleep. It's terrible.
And I've had the same results a lot of times. It just makes me tired, and I'm not interested in being tired. Now I know there's
really strange,
strains.
But this is bad for our area. I mean, think about the wine industry as an economic driver to our area. And if a whole generation just drops out and is never interested in it based on what the World Health Organization is telling them. And remember, I called this when the legalization of marijuana started becoming into the phrase, like, watch out, alcohol. People, there's only so much buzz real estate in somebody's head to where they can handle a buzz. And if they can handle a buzz from THC and they prefer it over that of alcohol, you're going to see a decline. I called this. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not happy.
No, you did. You did. And when we had the interns come in to intern DJ, whatever you want to call it, from Cal Poly, and they pretty much said, yeah, most of our nobody.
We don't drink.
Most of our friends we just vape.
One of the people in this article, I'm going to post this article over on our Facebook page. One of the people in this article said that that alcohol is 2024's cigarette. That's how bad the stigma amongst Gen Z is for alcohol.
I was just looking at the 805 beer text lines, and Pothead Rick writes in, and I think he said his grandkids. If I can get this window to come back up, his grandkids don't drink either.
Yeah, Gen Z says that it's scary. Drinking is scary. It's poison, and this is after.
And they don't have the money. They don't have the money because it's expensive to drink now. And I don't know. It's like, yeah, I mean, booze has gone up quite a bit.
The World Health Organization said even a little bit of alcohol is detrimental to you. Dun, dun, dun. And we all know that the World Health Organization's got it dialed in when it comes to people's health, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's no hidden agendas there.
They're like, hey, why would you possibly take a drink of anything when you could just take this pill or this shot?
Or we could just put this needle in your arm. Rick also says the wine industry got also very greedy. Started charging way too much for tastings. You know where they don't charge at all? He might be the only one that doesn't charge for tastings. And he's one of the oldest wineries in the area.
Money hand over fist because of it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, yeah. I don't understand. And you're talking about Gary Eberly?
Yes, Eberly does not charge.
Yes, I do not understand why every winery, like there's 300 wineries in Paso Robles, why every winery doesn't look at his tasting room daily. And I'm even talking about weekdays and say, what is he doing so right that we're not doing as they're looking at empty tasting rooms? Some of them are looking at empty tasting rooms. They're like, don't charge for your tastings, man. You get people in there, they're like, oh, I like your wine. They'll buy a bottle. And then you're happy.
It's funny because he talks about the reason he did that was because early on in his career, he met a very famous winemaker. It was actually not a winemaker, but it was his brand in Napa. And he said he'd never charge for tastings. He says when you give somebody something, they feel obligated to give something back. and yeah, I mean, I understand there's costs, and I'm not going to get into the business of winemaking because I know it's very expensive, and I get all that. But very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Did I just hang up on somebody?
No. Well, maybe you did. Yes, you did.
Oh, I did. I am sorry. Well, that's right. We got another call here. You can call back. I apologize. That's my bad. That's called Jeff and I both pushing the same buttons at different times. Sorry. Yeah, one pilot, right?
Yes.
All right, you be the pilot. All right, thanks for hanging on. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, we're talking about wine and weed, I guess. Weed.
Wine and weed. Done plenty of them. I call it the 4 W's. Weed, wine, women, and waves. Keep you young and healthy.
That's the 4 W's of the Central Coast, right?
Yeah, you gotta love them. I work up at Alvin Vineyard, Limo Pete, and we're doing good on selling wine, which is a positive because we have really good wine. But I think the high-end market's definitely going to hurt less than the low-end market because these people got money. You know, it's the way it is.
So wait, you say that the low-end market is the one that suffers, the high-end market's fine?
In our case, I don't know about everybody else. I can only speak with one winery.
Did you say you work for John Albin?
Smaller winery. Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Well, John's been around a long time too, so he's also got a good following, right? I mean, he's.
Well, hey, I say he's the best winemaker in the world. Not that I'm a sommelier or anything, but hey, what can I say?
Well, yeah, he signs the checks too, right? I mean, you got to say that.
Yeah, he writes me checks every week. He's a great guy. And that definitely helps. But just the fact, the people that I talk to, just they all love him, and you know, and they think his wine's great. And I mix it up a little bit, but you know, a lot of people haven't figured it out that moderation's a good thing. I figured that out a long time ago when I was at the surf shop, and I tell the kids, I go, not too much, just a little bit, just fine. All right, just don't go overboard. You'll be great.
There you go.
So there's my way in. You guys are great, and I love your show. And you know, trying to avoid hairy-nomics.
Hey, real quick. Yeah. I haven't heard that one before. The 4 W's on the Central Coast: weed, wine, women, and waves. Right?
Yep.
Correct.
All right.
And it will live. I'm 64, still doing headstands on my surfboard.
Hey, there, good job.
Hey, by the way, we didn't get your name.
Peter.
Okay, Peter.
Long time ago.
Yes, long time ago.
In the old days.
All right, man. Well, keep it going, buddy. The 4 W's. Keep it going.
Stay enjoying and stay healthy and happy and relaxed, and life is good.
Yeah, as long as you got the 4 W's.
There you go. There goes Peter, who just who likes the paychecks, and apparently so does Whoopi.
What still excites you about coming to work here?
Getting paid.
93.3 KZOZ rocks. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
All right, Jeff and Jeremy here. It's KZOZ online at KZOZ.com. Sensitive Ryan writes in, he says, Jeff, it sounds like you're smoking the indica, a.k.a. the couch. He says that you need to hit the sativa. Makes you more creative.
I'm not doing any of it.
Gives you more energy. It's a working man's weed.
Sorry, I'm not doing any of it. I'm just not.
I don't know what he means by it sounds like you've been smoking the indica. I don't think you sound that calm this morning or laid back. Maybe more than normal.
No, I'm not.
Maybe because I bring a lot of energy just because I'm on crack and drink a lot of caffeine. It unfortunately makes you sound.
Well, no. What I said earlier is when I do it, the few times I've done it in my life, I just sink into a couch and become very sloth-like, very, very lethargic, and I don't like not having that control. I feel
Hothead Rick.
I'm very opposite with Generation Z in my leanings because I can handle alcohol, no problem. I'm not afraid of it, but I am afraid of the marijuana.
Well, Pothead Rick says he has some sativa for you. He says it's all organic too.
What does that mean?
It's a working man's weed, Jeff. Sativa.
Rick, I'm telling you right now, okay? I stay away from organic because the vegetables and the fruits in the section that is non-organic are cheaper than the organic, and they look less rotten too. They look a lot less rotten.
He has a strain called caffeine, so you're like, hey, what do you want, man? Caffeine. Drink a lot of coffee.
That's a great way. That's a great way of disguising it.
Dave is hanging on. Hey, Dave, go ahead.
Hey, good morning. Hey, what about Gavin Newsom getting rid of THC, making it illegal? You know, my wife told me last night she's seen it on the internet, and they were getting rid of THC and everything. He's trying to pass a law. Wants to pass a law saying it's illegal. So, and he owns a lot of wine.
Well, what does wine and THC have to do with each other?
Well, he owns the wineries, and the younger generation smoking more weed, not buying his wine.
That's there's
yes.
probably
there's
some
the
truth to that.
Yeah, sorry, it's Monday.
So, yeah, I guess this broke over the weekend, and I'm just pulling it up right now as we speak. It says he proposes to outright ban on hemp THC in California. What's the difference? Hemp THC, is there a difference in that? Let's see. He fired a direct attack on Friday on the booming hemp industry, filing emergency rules that would completely ban THC, intoxicating compound found in cannabis, from hemp products in the state. Well,
isn't that in the dabs and the weed oil that people smoke?
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Yeah, like the THC, the oils. What everybody tries to smoke, you put in the vape pens.
Yeah.
So this is what Newsom's comments were. We will not sit on our hands as drug peddlers target our children with dangerous and unregulated hemp products containing THC at our retail stores.
Because I heard you guys saying that the newer generation doesn't want to drink beer and wine and stuff like that, but they'll go for a joint or whatever. So
this might be the first step to unraveling that, but it doesn't seem like an outright ban.
You want stuff?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. He makes money from wine.
Well, thanks for the call.
Hey, you're welcome.
All right, buddy. Have a great day. Yeah,
is that our key to getting this guy out of office? Is the access to potheads?
Well, here's the deal, dude. He bans pot. This is California. The hell? He's supposed to be liberal, like a Democrat, right?
There's wine versus weed.
We had a Democratic president said he didn't inhale. We all knew that was a lie, but still. Come on, man. What?
The Civil War in California could be fought between the weed faction and the wine faction. Who's winning that battle?
It's a tough one.
The wine people are really good with money. Weed people are not really good with money.
All right, Jeff and Jeremy here. It's KZOZ. So we got somebody on the phone, Jeff, that says he might be able to straighten this out a little bit for us on what we're talking about, this story that Gavin Newsom says he's going to ban.
You just call him Gavin Newsom?
Sorry. No gummies last night. I'll get to why I'm stopping the gummies in a minute, okay? And it's not the peer pressure you've been putting on me, but the nighttime gummies. But no, Gavin Newsom, story coming out that he's going to be banning hemp products that contain THC. Brian is on the line. Go ahead.
Hey, it's Brian. What's happening, guys?
Hey, Brian.
We're talking weed.
Hey, so all that deal was there's hemp products that can be sold not in dispensaries, and if they have trace amounts of THC, he's banning the hemp products that are not sold in dispensaries from having any THC.
Okay, so you're talking
nothing to do with the stuff in dispensaries.
So you're talking about like things that hippies like to hang their plants up from their
no
ceiling.
So there's different sodas that have hemp in it because it has CBD, which helps reduce like swelling, their arthritis stuff, pain reliever, that sort of stuff. But they're finding trace amounts of THC in it, and the hemp products don't have to be sold in dispensaries.
Are the trace amounts of THC, is it tantamount to like a non-alcoholic beer?
It's like kombucha. Think about kombucha, for example. Kombucha has very minimal amount of alcohol in it, but they still have to say it has alcohol in it.
Okay, so this is
same
stupid.
thing with this.
So
this has nothing to do with dispensaries or the weed industry. It just has
well,
to
yeah,
do with
because
hemp
I was when was it David? I forget who it was that called us up and was telling us about it. It made no sense because I know the state of California squeezes the dispensary business for all that it's worth for the tax revenue.
Oh, yeah. The taxes are insane.
Yeah.
You go to Megan's and you buy an eighth and it may cost $25, and when you're walking out the door, it's $45.
Yeah.
With taxes.
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
yeah. And they squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. I mean, I've heard numbers and I can't. I've talked with people in the business and they're like, yeah, at the end of the day, like whatever the sale is, we get 25% of it, but then we have to pay our staff overhead and all that stuff based on that 25%. Like the state's getting like 75% on the sale.
Yeah, but these were just like hemp sodas and stuff that had hemp in it that were sold in regular stores.
That makes more sense. Yeah, because you see hemp products everywhere, and he's just saying we got to make sure those don't have THC in them. All right, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you all good. Later.
Yeah. And Dave, thanks for calling in. You tried. Let's see. Street Sweeper says, hang up on this clown. He doesn't know what he's talking about. As in Dave. Sorry, Dave. Listen, he's had a hip replacement. Take it easy on him, okay? Gareth writes in. He says, same thing that Brian just said. Hemp products are not related to dispensary weed. Yeah, because we see hemp stuff all the time. There's hemp bags. There's hemp this.
But this is much ado about nothing then.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, it is something you see in a lot of stores, and anybody can sell hemp products. Apparently, we were getting a little lackadaisy on the amount of THC they were finding in some of these products. So,
Jolene wanted to add to it. Good morning, Jolene.
Oh, hey, it's Jody.
Oh, Jody. Okay, sorry, couldn't hear.
Okay.
I was going to sing, Jolene. Sorry,
you should have just rolled with Jolene, so Jeremy would have sang.
Hey,
Jolene.
right. When you said the whole wine and weed thing, Newsom's going to win because he has vineyards.
I know, but okay. But I think we're unfair.
You just wanted to say Newsom on the radio. Get out.
I think we're unfairly. Listen, there's a lot that you can attack this dirtbag for.
Right.
But I think we're unfairly attacking him for wanting to, eliminate THC. We're talking about trace amounts in hemp products that he's just looking to get that to squeeze out. I don't know why he does it. I mean, the talking points were kind of there. He's like, we got to make sure that our kids don't have access to this. But in the end, it ends up being trace amounts. It's a big way to, it's something that you can make, it's a small thing that you can make a big deal out of and get votes. Right. So yes, he's scummy for that.
The thing is, I'm glad I'm not raising kids now because of all of that. But he's gonna get what he wants.
Oh, I know.
Now here's something I have to ask you guys. I think we're kind of burying the lead here when we're talking about Newsom or Newscomb, as you like to say, Jody. He actually did something that I think that made sense and I agreed with. And that was they were trying to pass a law that illegal immigrants were going to get housing loans and grants, free money from the government to buy a house. And he actually, he vetoed
You understand why he vetoed it, though, right?
Well, he had to veto it,
because he needs Kamala Harris or he would like Kamala Harris to be president of the United States. So it's a bad look if Donald Trump could look at California and say, see what California is all about. So, I mean, it's a game. We're all in a game.
I did not go there. We are
all puppets in this game for the next 57 days or whatever it is. It's just, we just got to kind of
I can't wait.
Hold on and hold on tight.
And moan and groan, go vote, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to vote. Everybody needs to vote, regardless. All right. Well, thank you, Jody. Have a great day.
Have a good Monday, guys.
I don't think everybody needs to vote. That's the problem.
Yes, they do.
I don't.
Everybody
There's
needs
a lot
to
of people that don't know about a lot of stuff that
I know.
They have the right to vote, and I don't believe they necessarily should have the right to vote.
Yes, they should. Everybody, smart, dumb, it doesn't matter.
Oh, God, shut up.
You get a chance to vote.
Now, there's a lot of dumb people out there saying,
I'm just guessing the dumb people probably.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.